to another episode of Business Today, in which we discuss interesting cases around leaders, communication and business. Today we will talk about Elon Musk and Tesla. Elon Musk once said, "We will not stop until every car on the road is electric." Of course, this is a very bold statement. We at Business Today and our special guest are doing an extensive analysis to see what Elon Musk and his managers can do to improve internal and external communication. For those of you who don't know the company in that much detail, here are some key facts. Tesla Motors is an American producer of electric cars, as well as a technology and design company with a focus on innovation in energy. The company was founded in July 2003 by a group of engineers in Silicon Valley. Providing thousands of jobs in this region, Tesla is producing thousands of cars per week. But the success story also brings its difficulties. Not just once has the company been in turmoil, financial issues, production delivery, and leadership issues had to be tackled by co-founder and CEO Elon Musk. Tesla will need a near to perfect leadership communication strategy in order to gain and maintain a successful position. Therefore, this week's central question will be, how can Tesla enhance internal and external trust in the company through consistent communication? In order to understand how Tesla is going to gain and maintain a successful position, we invited somebody from Tesla to do some explaining. The head communication department, Jesse, hi Jesse, is here today with us to discuss their past strategy, their current status, how they plan on engaging with internal as well as external stakeholders. So we're hoping some interesting insights in the Tesla company.
Yeah, good afternoon and thank you for having me. This year's reputation ranking has indeed been very important to us, but we as a fast-growing company cannot rest on this. The Harrison-Paul Reputation Quotient ranking is technically designed to understand how a company is perceived in modern culture. It shows companies that are top of mind for most people. However, the ranking does not necessarily suggest that we have the best reputation, but rather that we have a high visibility and integrity compared to other companies in society. So, being in their heads does not automatically mean for us that we have done leadership right. It is essential to not relax on such achievements, but to keep our eyes open for potential risks and threats and stay alert in an ever-changing market. Another model that we often apply to stay informed about the market and ensure we foresee as many circumstances as possible is the widely known pest analysis. Lastly, we use the Porter's 5 forces to see which competitive forces are the most powerful and where the company is staying compared within the market. These models that were just discussed together give some good indication of where the market is going and how we can adapt to that.
We can use this pest analysis to see what has been in the news quite frequently and then identify the challenges of Tesla. From a political perspective, for instance, it appears that it's not that easy to actually have governments aligned with the company to build charge stations in central locations. Also, economically, we have seen Tesla bringing newer and cheaper models to the market. Further, it is questionable how the company is dealing with the price challenge of producing high quality and innovative technology at a cost that is affordable for the average income consumer. Such points must surely generate a lot of pressure on the employees. How are you dealing with that?
Well, you are totally right. These are indeed some concerns coming from technological and social-cultural threats that we at Tesla face every day. And our leadership is working hard on this. Regarding communications, however, we currently are one of the most innovative, futuristic and environmentally friendly car producers, ranked as the #1 in social responsibility.
Thank you for sharing these insights with us. It is truly remarkable that you as a company recognize these threats, but what we at Business Today are really curious to see is how do you tackle these challenges? For instance, how do you benchmark your current communication position and how do you approach difficulties in that sense?
Well, before going into detail on our future strategies, I believe it is helpful to give you some insights into our current situation on internal and external leadership communications. That way you can see the clear progress. We cannot compete with big car companies in size, so we must do so with intelligence and agility. Our corporate social responsibility strategy offers learning experiences through collaborative programs with partner firms, thereby satisfying the interests of employees as stakeholders. In terms of external communication, we mainly rely on our own blogs and official pages on social media websites, including Facebook and Twitter, and thereby keep stakeholders updated about the company's latest developments and achievements.
I can see there's a lot going on.
Yeah, but that's not all. These are the stakeholders arranged according to the company's CSR prioritization. The highest priority for us are communities, then customers, then employees, followed by investors/shareholders, governments, and suppliers.
So, we talked about the reputation ranking earlier, which evaluates the reputation quotient across 20 attributes classified in 6 dimensions. When looking at those, the lowest ranked dimension of Tesla is the financial performance of the company. Let's have a closer look at the model to analyze your performance and add some points of improvement to your future strategy.
Yes, even though we ended in the 3rd place, we do see some gaps in our overall performance. Especially in terms of financial and emotional appeal, Tesla could have performed better. We are the first in vision and leadership thanks to Elon, and also our workplace environment ranked in the 1st place is very strong through our 3-word strategy. And we keep working on improving internal communication and work-life balance for our employees. Also, we need to work on our supplier network communication and engagement, which can have a crucial influence on the production and in turn on our financial situation.
So, okay, just to clarify, also for our viewers, you're planning on avoiding future production deficit by solely relying on supplier engagement?
Well, besides working on our communication with suppliers, we're going to adapt a line-by-line approach to sell especially the most innovative models in the upcoming years. Like Google Mail did in the beginning, we're going to invite a first line of early adopters to buy a new model, which then hopefully share the enthusiasm with other people. This way, we ensure a moderate increase in orders in the beginning and don't get hit too hard by an incredibly high number of orders like we had in the past. We thus hope to prevent a supply bottleneck from happening and with that keep our customers satisfied.
Thank you, Jessie. Just one question. How would you describe such a holistic approach and how are you going to tackle that?
Well, even though our existing communication strategy is quite effective, for our future strategies to be efficient, we have to be stronger in cases of crisis. Our response time needs to be even faster and across more channels. And to achieve that, it is key to plan, prepare, practice, and present. In terms of target setting, Elon Musk should consider more reasonable short-term and long-term goals to reduce the financial pressure Tesla is experiencing at the moment. Our strategy to move forward is to build a strong corporate narrative. If this narrative is told consequently, but in different forms, like movies, talks, webinars, challenges, interactive discussions, etc., it will stick in people's minds easily. Building this strong narrative also involves enhancing the dialogue with non-traditional stakeholders.
Thank you, Jessie. So, summarizing, Tesla is going to tackle their current issue through better stakeholder engagement, especially focused on suppliers, employees, and non-traditional stakeholders, and bettering their anticipation on the ever-changing market in which Tesla is located.
Of course, we have to consider that we can only build strategies on hypothetical situations and experiments from the past. So it is adventurous for us too to see where the journey will take us at the end of the day. It might be worth checking back with me in a couple of months' time to investigate on how we've particularly changed our supplier relations and how that impacted on our overall reputation. Because that is something that I myself am most keen about, I have to admit.
We definitely will, and thank you so much again. And we also thank our viewers, and we will see you in the next episode of Business Today. Bye!